Now, for those of you who don't know, Don West began his career as a news photographer in Boston over 35 years ago. He's always focused on the positive and many times inspiring images of people of color in all facets of community life. Now, many of his subjects were entrepreneurs, educators, artists, authors, activists, elected officials, and even patriots. All of them have committed to a better Boston and many to a better world. Now, a selection of these dedicated citizens is represented in Don West's Portraits of Purpose, a book of life-size photographs that offer a unique understanding of the many people of Boston who have truly made a difference. I have 3 copies. He launched Portraits of Purpose a little over a year ago, and we've invited Don back to give us an update on the impact and the reaction this historical book, photo book, has had in Boston. Welcome back.
My pleasure to be here with you.
Good. Now, I want to be clear, because this is you're a photojournalist, and there's a lot of photos, but you have profiles, and they were written by Ken Cooper.
Correct.
And the foreword is by Charles Ogletree, Jr.
Yes, it is. He's a professor of law at Harvard University.
Oh, we know who he is. He's been here, and so has Ken. Ken has been here, too. Yeah. So this was kind of let's say, a work that was 35 years in the making?
You could say that it began in 97, actually, 1997, as an exhibit at the Museum of African American History up on Beacon Hill. And then it grew, the exhibit, over the years, and in about a year or so ago, we decided to put it into a book. We were talking with Eastern Bank, who was very excited about the exhibit, and we needed a great writer to do the profiles, and that's how Ken Cooper came on board. And now we have the book.
Yeah, yeah. The photos are awesome, and then the little pieces that accompany them. So this is, in many ways, an incredible tool.
Yes.
An educational tool.
Well, as a matter of fact, that's exactly the direction we want to go in, is the educational community in high schools, in community colleges, as part of a curriculum, as part of Black Studies.
Yeah, I am an absolute advocate of this book being in the classroom, because it kind of takes a look at so many important people that maybe have never gotten the recognition.
Well, usually in history books you have kind of a broad brush approach to the history of a given area, documenting many different things, but this is focusing on the individuals, very up close and personal in terms of what they did to make change in Boston. This is a book about those who were change agents over about these past 30 years in the urban part of Boston. And very personal. As you can maybe show just one picture out of the book to show the size of the pictures. Well, I mean, just to open it up. And we're going to look at some pictures.
We're going to look at some photos, but I want the camera to focus back on here, because it is a hard copy. It is a hardcover, right?
Right.
So it is hard, and it's nice, and look at the quality of the photos.
But the size of the pictures is very intimate.
Yeah.
And very up close. With so many different individuals from many different disciplines. And backgrounds.
Yeah, and we actually have a few photos that we could put up of some of the folks, just to give people an idea. There's a very well-known family here, the Arroyos.
The Arroyos, the dynasty. On the left, we have Felix D. Arroyo, the father, who was the first Hispanic city councilor in Boston. His son in the middle, Felix G. Arroyo, who followed him and became a city councilor. I believe now he's a Secretary of Human Health Services in Boston. And the other son, Ernesto, who has been a musician and a writer of hip-hop and a great photographer, by the way.
But that's a great photo. I mean, I love the fact he used black and white. Jose Masso.
Jose Masso, entrepreneur, educator.
Icon.
He's had a show called Consulsa in WBUR for the last 40 years. Sonia Chang Diaz, who is really a social justice advocate and is working very hard in the Senate, and she's the first Latina to be a senator in Massachusetts. Frida Garcia, who is from the Dominican Republic, who came here and started La Alianza Hispana, went on to urban uses. United South End Settlements.
Exactly.
And she administered social programs there for the community.
But you've also got people like Mel King.
Oh, yes.
Mandela.
Yes.
Nelson Mandela.
Nina Simone.
Yes, and this gentleman who was just here the other day.
Barry Gaither.
Yeah, he was with the Urban Nutcracker.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So it's a potpourri of very important individuals from communities of color.
But many unsung heroes, too. Many people you don't hear of. Michael Kozu, for instance, is a guy who's been around for 30 years. Hardly anybody knows him in the general.
You know what I want to do? I want to unabashedly promote this book. Let's buy this book. It would have been great for Christmas. It could still be great for Three Kings Day.
For Three Kings Day, and Black History Month is coming up as well. But we say give the gift of purpose. The gift of purpose is year-round.
Okay, and the website for those who need to get it is portraitsofpurpose.us. Portraitsofpurpose.us. When you go to the website, that's what you see, that beautiful logo and the book that I have here. There it is, portraitsofpurpose.us. Buy your book today. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
All right, that's it for this edition of Urban Update. But before we sign off on what is officially the last show of 2015, as in the past, I'd like to thank the many great people who work behind the scenes here on Urban Update. They do such a wonderful job. So as we roll credit for Byron Barnett, our director Larry Albino, our boss Joan McCready, and everyone else here, have a great Sunday and a Happy New Year. We look forward to 2016.